What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Josh, the Screen Gazer, and I'm back talking about a show this time because I've been doing a lot of movies, but sometimes I want to throw in a little show, here and there. But like I said, we're back with a show, and it's a show that I actually want to do in February because it's kind of like a romance comedy type of show. And since February, I made it the theme of love, but like I said, my bitch ass tripod broke. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
I'm gonna kill myself! Wow. I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault!
Anyway, I finally came around to it because it came out last year in 2025, and season 2 is coming out in May, so I thought this is the perfect time. I can watch season 1 now, get myself ready to watch season 2, and I'm talking about the 4 seasons, which came out on Netflix. It was created by Tina Fey, Lang Fisher, and Tracy Wigfield. Obviously, you know who Tina Fey is. Well, if you don't, let me catch you up to speed. She is a woman comedy actress and also performer, both on SNL and shows and movies. And she actually stars in the movie. She plays Kate. There's also Coleman Domingo. Love me some Coleman Domingo. He is fantastic. Comedy, action, drama, thriller, horror. Probably Coleman Domingo plays Danny. Erica Henningsen, Ginny. She plays Ginny. Steve Carell. Steve Carell. I don't even need to say anything about him. Y'all know who he is. He plays Nick. Nick Forte plays Jack. Marco Kaluani, sorry if I mispronounced that, plays Cloud. And Carrie Kenny Silver plays Anne. Now, what this whole show is about is it is about love, and it's about rekindling that passion and also being in that older age echelon of couples where they've been together for a long time. Maybe things get boring, maybe things aren't fun anymore, maybe the romance isn't there, the attraction isn't there, whatever. This show is all about that, having a conversation about it and being okay to maybe leave or stay there to rekindle or whatever that comes with a relationship that's married, kids, and at that 20 plus mark of marriage. So there's three couples that they introduce in episode 1. First one, Nick and Ann, right? Kate and Jack, and Danny and Cloud, right? Those are the three couples that they introduce. So the first episode lays it down as who the couples are. They go to a lake house to celebrate Nick and Ann's 25th anniversary, and then come to find out Nick wants to separate and have a divorce, and uh, he tells everyone except for Anne that he's contemplating leaving her, but he's like, you know what, maybe I'll wait. Also, Danny's having heart problems. That this is imminent in the show. Granted, this review is only the first 4 episodes, so take that into consideration because the next time I post will be the last 4 because there's only 8 episodes per season. So Danny, which is Coleman Domingo's character, he's having heart problems, and also Anne. At the end of the episode, Anne decides to do a vow renewal ceremony, a surprise ceremony that Nick has nothing. He doesn't know what's going on. So everyone's like, oh shit, because everyone knows Nick wants to leave Anne, but she doesn't really know that. Or does she? Because in episode 2, everyone is trying to get ready for the ceremony and trying to warn Nick by calling him and all that. And Anne secretly tells Kate that the ceremony is kind of trying to get Nick back. She kind of knows that the relationship has been rocky and knows how Nick feels and is starting to get tired of her, the relationship, and just the constant day by day wake up. He's retired, so there's nothing much to do, and then go to bed, and there's not really much intimacy in that relationship. The vow renewal happens. Nick comes back, and Anne gives her vow renewals. And as Nick is about to either say his vows or divorce, the kiln, because Anne is a pottery maker, blows up. And that kind of is a symbolic, basically saying, yeah, the relationship is over. And that's episode 2, because then it jumps into episode 3, which is summer. And what I love And I think they're gonna do, because granted I only watched the first 4 episodes. The first 2 episodes were spring, and then episodes 3 and 4 were summer. So I'm guessing the next 4 episodes are gonna tackle fall and winter. I think that'll be cool. Anyway, like I said, episode 3 is summer. They go to a resort. It's 3 months later after the events of episode 1 and 2, with Nick now divorced. I don't think he is divorced. I think they're just separated, and he's now in a relationship with a 30-year-old girl, his dental hygienist, because of course he is. And the mojo is definitely off because there's that friend group, right? All the old couples and friends and stuff like that, except for Nick, because now he's with a 30-year-old girl, and kind of the vibes are different. Because how do you try to relate and try to make conversation with someone who is only like 13 years older than Nick and Anne's daughter, So it's a bit weird. So they try to have to grasp with that. But then the episode ends with Danny and Cloud. They hate the hotel, so they go to a 4-star hotel, which is like a mile away. Turns out Anne is there, and it turns out Anne is there to bum rush the vacation because Nick and Anne still share an iCloud, and Nick has been posting photos. So she came to like just bomb the vacation, but then she changed her mind. She's embarrassed. She's guilty. So she doesn't do that, but now it adds a twist because then Nick and Ginny, who is the 30-year-old girlfriend, finds out, and they're like, kind of like weirded off about it. But everything is fine. They go about their day, and then, as I said in episode 1, how Danny had the heart, or is there's something wrong with his heart. He has the surgery, he puts the stent in, but Cloud has been so overbearing and almost like a mother figure, and Danny's just getting too claustrophobic, and is that starting to put pressure on the relationship. I feel like it's going to build into the next episodes to come. And then all of a sudden there's Jack and Kate, which I haven't talked about at all, but they seem to be like the okay one, even though their communication, like they're very passive aggressive, I feel, in their communication. Things seem good, but a little bit off, and it doesn't come in episode 4, where Danny tries to be cool in front of Ginny and all that, and then Anne kind of shuts him down, makes him feel like embarrassed and stuff like that. So there's definitely a weird hierarchy going on in the relationship, and I doubt, and it's probably not doubt, it's probably going to be in episodes, 5, 6, 7, 8, where it's kind to come up and blow up to the surface and actually show, Jack and Anne also to the rest of their friends what's really going on. But I think the comedy is subtle. I love subtle comedy. It's one of the best ones where you're just having a conversation and something that's like not supposed to be funny is kind of funny because that's how natural the conversation feels. The chemistry definitely feels there between all 7 now, with Ginny now in the mix. It's funny, it's cute, it's sad, and it's lovable because all the show is really trying to show is love in all its stages and forms, which, no pun intended, I love. But stay tuned for the next review that I do for the 4 seasons, where I talk about the last 4 episodes. I'll catch y'all in the next one.